I'm Cursing Mushroom, and welcome to another Destiny 2 video. What's up, Guardians? So let's talk about the weapons from FWC, right? That's what this video is about. So first thing I'm going to say is these weapons to me were designed for PvE. The only one I would recommend using for PvP is the pulse rifle, actually. So let's get into discussion about it. I'm going to roll a clip here so that way you guys can see all the perks, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about the weapons and their use, right? So roll the clip, please, sir. So let's check out the stats of these weapons, okay? So the first one we'll look at is, now, before we get into this, okay, I know I'm wearing Dead Orbit armor set, but let's look past that, guys, okay? I support all factions, all right? Now that we got that Band-Aid pulled off, let's get into the weapons. So on the grenade launcher, the memory Interdict, the perks are going to be Rampage, kills with this weapon, temporary grant, increased damage, stacks 3 times. Awesome. Remote detonation and implosion rounds. Remote detonation, you get a little bit slower grenade projectile, increased blast radius, and decreases magazine size. Implosion rounds, you get increased projectile speed, stability, and decreased blast radius. So just depending on what you want to do, decide what, perk you want to pick. I like more blast radius for grenade launchers just in case I miss my shot. And I like to bounce them and explode them. And then you've got confined launch, countermass, and hard launch. All these are really doing is changing the overall stats of your weapon. Like this one, you're getting velocity at the loss of blast radius and stability. This one, you are getting velocity and handling at the loss of blast radius and stability. And then this one is the one that I use. And I just, like I said, prefer that larger blast radius with grenade launchers. And then your intrinsic is a well-rounded grip, reliable, and sturdy. Okay. Now let's move on to the pulse rifle, Heart of Time. You've got Dragonfly. Precision kills create an elemental damage explosion, which I'm kind of upset that they've nerfed it a little bit, because before, when it was Firefly, man, it did a good amount of an explosion. Now it's like, psh, wow, amazing. It does nothing really. I mean, if they're really, really cluttered together, you can maybe get a little bit of damage, but for the most part, it's pointless, to be honest. And then you've got steady rounds to increase your stability, reduced range, reload speed, and your magazine size. You'll go down to 33. And then tactical mag is what I like to use. It's for that quicker reload speed. And I just like it because with this weapon, it seems like the reload speed is kind of slow. And so I prefer using this. You've got the Candle PS and the Impulse MS3. I like the Candle just because of the way it looks when you're aiming, and then it's got rapid fire frame, deeper ammo reserves, slightly faster reload when magazine is empty. So combining this and this together, you can get a quicker reload if you wait till you're out of bullets, which is kind of nice. See how slow it is. And now on the sidearm, you've got Enigma's Draw. Okay, you've got Zen Moment, causing damage with this weapon increases its stability, and then you've got high caliber rounds. You know what this does. Everybody knows what high caliber rounds does. You knock back the target. And then accurized rounds, it just increases your range a little bit. You got your control SAS, you got your tactic SAS, and then you got your target SAS. This one right here reduces stability and handling, increases your range. This one increases your range a little bit less and reduces your stability and handling a little bit less. Then this one here, you get the most stability and handling possible. That's what I like using. And then precision frame, this weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical. Okay. So that's it for the actual weapons here. You've got your rounds per minute is 260 and your magazine is 13 here. You've got your rounds per minute 540 and your magazine 36 here. And then you've got your rounds per minute 120 and your magazine 4 for here. I just wanted to make sure I resaid that just to kind of give you an idea of how fast they're going to shoot. But now that we've discussed the little perks here, let's talk about the actual weapons and using them. Back to the video. Okay, I'm back, Guardians. So let's talk about the sidearm first, all right? So we know it's got high caliber rounds and Zen Moment. We know its RPMs is 260 and it's got 13 rounds in the magazine just because of what I just told you, obviously, if you didn't know from before watching this video. I will say this, it is a dark horse. It will make you believe that it is complete crap, but in all actuality, it's really good in PvE. It's not going to be like, oh, it's my favorite gun ever. But if you're looking for a change and you want something fun to use, it's actually pretty decent. Check it out. Trust me. And what I mean is, when you aim down sights, this gun is pretty much garbage in my opinion. I mean, it's just like, why I'm not hitting the crits and this and that. But if you notice, when I hip fire, this thing is lethal. It actually is very, very surprising. It's something about their design. I'm sure of it. But what I was doing was I was shooting a wall with me aiming, and the recoil pattern was pretty vertical. It was pretty aggressive. And then when I hip fired, the grouping of the bullets was almost in the same exact position, as almost if there was no recoil, which was strange to me. And I've heard of this before, but actually, doing it at first, I used this weapon. I'm like, I hate this thing. It's just awful. And then the other night, I just started using it as hip fire, and I'm like, wait a second, this thing is fun to use, right? And so as you see me just running around here, I'm just like, whatever, And then you see me hip firing the targets and getting more crits than when aiming down the sights. When I'm ADSing, I'm getting less crits than when I'm hip firing. So give it a try. Make sure you're hip firing it and check it out and see what you guys think. I was actually very impressed with it. For it being a kinetic, it allows us to do a little more damage, and that's a nice thing to have, to be able to put a little more damage into your foe. So use your energy weapon to lower their shields, and then use it as a hip fire weapon for fun. I'm just doing pub events, nothing super crazy. So I'm not saying take it to the raid and use it on Callus, because that's probably not a good idea. But don't turn it away, because 1, it's a sidearm, 2, it's a kinetic sidearm, and 3, it's a sidearm, right? So just try it, see what you think. Actually kind of play with it a little bit. You might enjoy using it. It's fun to me to change things up, and I like providing you guys with information that's not only valuable, but in my opinion, I like to give you guys something that's not being used by everybody, so that way you can have fun with the game still. I don't want the game to be boring to you already because all you want to use is Uriel's Gift and Mida Multi-Tool. I want you to be able to enjoy the game until the DLC comes out, and then you can get back onto the meta grind if that's what you want to do. But try things. You might be surprised of some of the things that are out there that could just blow your mind if used within their specifications that the devs designed them. So just think about that, guys. Let's get into the pulse rifle. Okay, so the pulse rifle's got Dragonfly. Okay, I talked about that a little bit. I don't appreciate that they reduced that explosion, but that's okay. Do what you want to do. It's not my game, so I can't tell you what to do, but I would like to see an increase in that explosion radius. That would be nice to see that come back. And then you've got the steady rounds or tactical mag, depending on how you play. And then your RPMs are 540, and you can have a 33 or 36 round magazine, depending on the perks that you choose. Now, this is the only one I would recommend for PvP and PvE. It's great in PvE because you can get the little explosion rounds. Like I said, it doesn't do much, but if they're all clustered together, it can help. And it's really not a bad pulse rifle. It shoots as fast as you want it to. In terms of PvP, it's good because it shoots fast. It's not that inaccurate. It's actually pretty accurate. And so you can land those precision shots at a medium to short range. Don't try to long shot somebody because the range just isn't there. Okay, but it's a really good one. Try it out as well. Always like I said before, I like to give you guys some information, and you take it with a grain of salt. If you want to use it, if you want to take my advice, that's okay. If you don't, that's okay too. Okay, we're not going to go any further into that. But, if I don't give you these things and you get it and instantly dismantle it because you're like, it's not the RPMs I'm used to or that I like, but you never tried it, Or what if you never thought to hip fire the sidearm that's actually really good when you hip fire it, and it's complete garbage when you aim it? So, it's one of those things. To each his own, right? So now let's talk about the grenade launcher. The memory interdict, okay? It's got Rampage, love that perk, okay? And it's got remote detonation or implosion rounds, which just pretty much determines how fast it shoots and the blast radius size. You've got RPMs of 120, and you've got 4 more ammo, bullets, explosions, whatever, grenades in your mag, depending on the perk that you choose. I actually really enjoy using this in PvE because with that Rampage, you've got 4 bullets. So if you use 1 bullet and spam a large group of small AI, and it gives you the 3 stack, a 2 stack, or even just a single 1 rampage, you've got that damage modifier where you can shoot the bigger enemy and take his health down quicker. What did I just say? Quicker? More quickly, right? So it's actually a really good one. Check it out too. I know most people are kind of iffy on the whole grenade launcher scene, but you know, you'll never know if you don't try something. And a grenade launcher with rampage is good for PvE because they're good for ad control anyways. Use it on the smaller ads, get your stack up, and then try to get a shot or 2 on the boss with direct impact. So that way you can get that explosion and impact damage and that increased damage modifier. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up because that's supporting my channel. And I'm doing everything I can to try and give you guys the best content that I can with the time that I have. So with that being said, if you want to subscribe to my channel, hit the red bar down below, okay? And then next to it, you can hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. Other than that, Guardians, I hope you appreciated this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun while you were here. Have a great afternoon. Cursing Mushroom out.